Welcome everyone back to the channel, and today we are discussing WWE's decision of making Cody Rhodes lose at WrestleMania this last weekend. And after I had sat on it for a little while, like a very long time, I came to the conclusion that WWE actually did the correct decision. Is that crazy to say? Now, one thing first of all, before I even get started deep into this whole scenario, let me tell you this right now. I am not a fan of bad booking. I'm not a fan of bad creative. I'm not a fan of any of that. So when stuff doesn't make sense to me, I question it. I'm yelling at them, all that. So when it first happened, when it initially happened, I was like, man, what are we doing, WWE? What are we doing? We had a chance. You had a mega superstar and Cody Rhodes that was getting over so majorly, merchandise sales, all these things. It's like, man, Cody's right here. So this is that. They put the icing on the cake right here at WrestleMania. But then when he lost, I was like, what are you doing? Right? Took me a while. Waited 24 hours on Raw. That Raw after Mania, I didn't even spend time watching it because that first hour that was supposed to be commercial free was so bad. I was like, I'm not watching this Monday Night Raw. I'm not wasting 3 hours of my life watching this crap. So I turned it off. Checked out the results, and the results is what it was. The whole Cody Rhodes and Brock Lesnar feud started up, but I was like, whatever. I don't really care about that. So then, as of today, earlier today, which happens to be, I'm recording this on April 8th, 2023, and I was thinking, I said, wait a second. I think they got the right decisions, as I think they made the right choice here. Now I know what you're saying. I know what you're thinking. How did they get the right choice? Well, let me remind you some people. So let me flash back to something. Flash back to WrestleMania 35. In the opening night of WrestleMania 35, Seth Rollins defeated Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship. When he defeated Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship, his next matches in feuds happens to be AJ Styles. Fantastic match, but the feud was very, very short. Very short. And then for 3 pay-per-views in a row, so almost 3 months, he was in a dead feud with Baron Corbin. Yes, I don't know if y'all remember that. He fought and beat Baron Corbin twice on pay-per-view, and then Lacey Evans got involved with it, and they had a mixed tag team match with Becky Lynch also. So you had them in a mixed tag team feud, and then after that was over with, thank God, he lost the championship back to Brock Lesnar, who cashed in Money in the Bank. And then he got the title back from Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam, went into that weird feud with Braun Strowman, and then he lost the championship to the Fiend, Bray Wyatt. That was Seth Rollins' reign. The reason why it was his reign like that, mainly because they didn't have enough top heels during that time frame. So he was just feuding just to feud with people. You fast forward to right here, right now, in the monitor, right now, after WrestleMania, what if Cody Rhodes did win that match, right? Who was he going to go up against after Roman Reigns? Given that Roman Reigns go on vacation. He's on his vacation up until, let's say he's on vacation to SummerSlam. So until SummerSlam, his first feud, let's say still Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar still his first feud. So they still do their first feud right there. And that's at Backlash. But they still got 3 months until Roman Reigns return. And who exactly are y'all putting Cody Rhodes up against until that happens? All right, let's say, okay, what about Solo? You really gonna put Solo Sikoa up there, even though Cody's already beat him on Monday Night Raw? That's not an idea. It can't be Jay or Jimmy because they're still in the feud with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn at this moment of time. And even after that, that might be the end of the bloodline in general. So that's not going to be the answer to that. Other than that, who, like I said, after Brock Lesnar, who do you have? Now, there's other guys you can probably think they can push up there, like Bobby Lashley, potentially AJ when he comes back. Do you want Almost to go up there and challenge for the championship? I wouldn't want him up there yet. He's not even, no, he doesn't have that many matches underneath his belt that I remember. So it's exactly what does Cody winning the championship actually does? What ended up happening would be from after Backlash, which is April, May, June, July, 3 months in between before SummerSlam in August, he'll probably be in dead end feuds or feuds that just doesn't push the needle for his championship. So the worst thing that could happen is we get to the point to where it ended up doing exactly what Seth Rollins ended up doing after WrestleMania 35, where he had one good feud. That was Brock Lesnar, AJ Styles. And then the next 3 months, it's just dragging. We were waiting, and we don't know who's supposed to be up there. And we're just like, oh, this is cool, but this is not a world title match. It's not a world anything. And then after that, Roman comes back on SummerSlam, and then they do the big rematch. And let's say Cody goes over there. Then who goes after it? Who are you putting Money in the Bank winner? Is it going to be LA Knight? But there's LA Knight jumps from not even winning a lot of his matches to Money in the Bank to just winning a championship. What about, I mean, who else can you pit up there like that? You know what I'm saying? Will it be fresh faces? Potentially, but like I said, it all depends on who you having him defend the championship against. So I think it was a smart idea. I mean, it was the right decision to help. I mean, not build Cody, because Cody really doesn't need build, but at the same time, WWE has a track record to where wrestlers who leaves the company and comes back, they have to reinvent themselves again. I think y'all forgot. Y'all might have forgot about that, but wrestlers that leave the WWE, they do have to go through another quote unquote major, what do you call that? Major come ups. Perfect example, Drew McIntyre. He left the company. He was at the bottom of the barrel with Cody. Left the company, went to the indie scenes, did stuff on TNA, did all that stuff, came back, went to NXT first, made NXT champion, left from NXT champion, was on the main roster probably for 3-4 years before he even got a chance to win the Universal Championship at WrestleMania off of Brock Lesnar. But it took all that time just to even get to that point. And then after that was at 28, it might have been 2017. So 17, 18, 19, 20, like 3 to 4 years before Drew even got that championship match. Bobby Lashley, same thing. Left the company. He even left the company on a good note. He left the company still on a high. He was still good. Left the company for a long time. Came back. They automatically did not put him as a champion. He didn't become champion until, what was that, last year? Last year, that's when he got the championship, or 2 years back, or whenever he got the championship last. That's how long and that was Bobby Lashley, who was even in a better position than both Cody and Drew. And he had to come through and teaming up Leo Rush and whatever, shaking his butt. I don't know what he was doing. There was weird stuff going on. But those are two different examples. And y'all really think that we all thought, even I thought that Cody Rhodes doing this was going to break that mold. But then I started thinking after it all happened, and now I'm like, you know what? This actually makes sense that he wasn't going to win that championship as much as we wanted him to. WWE just doesn't do that. I do believe that whenever he got injured, and he tore his pec, I think that did knock out a lot of their plans, because I think in between time they didn't know exactly when he was going to get cleared. Y'all got to remember, while the idea was WrestleMania, we got to remember that Cody himself said he wasn't cleared to wrestle until the Royal Rumble. The day of the Royal Rumble is when he got cleared. So it's not like he was oh, he was going to be cleared by WrestleMania. It was it took that long before he actually got clear to wrestle. So let's not act like he was clear from day one or something like that. But I think going forward, what they have to do is, we got the upcoming WWE draft. That's coming up soon, right? And with that coming up soon, the idea, in my personal idea, especially with Roman Reigns out, they're going to have to build new faces and new heels for single competition and build those up to win. Maybe Cody takes it off SummerSlam. Maybe not WrestleMania again. No, it can't be WrestleMania again. That's too much. Y'all doing too much. It has to be SummerSlam. SummerSlam is my ideal for him to take the titles, because if it wasn't WrestleMania, it has to be SummerSlam. In between time, Roman, he's not scheduled for Backlash. If I'm not mistaken, they said he's not scheduled for Backlash, so that skips a month right there. And then we still got 3 months in between from right now up until SummerSlam in August, minus the Backlash pay-per-view. So until then, we still have a long ways to go. I could see him defending against Matt Riddle, Shinsuke Nakamura, Well, I guess not Matt Riddle because Matt Riddle can't challenge for the championship no more. So Shinsuke Nakamura, I think he got a feud with that coming through. Um, might be it might be somebody from the bloodline. Maybe the bloodline blows up by then. I'm not too for sure exactly. There is other people. AJ Styles, he's still having run up against defended against not Roman Reigns. Bobby Lashley's another person he hasn't defended against. Shinsuke Nakamura, like I said, he hasn't defended against him yet. Roman hasn't. We can always see a call up from NXT like Braun Baker could challenge for the championship. I wouldn't do that too quick, but we saw what they did in NXT with Braun Baker, so I would not be surprised. Gunther steals a chance to challenge for the championship, so it's not like Roman has no opponents. He has a lot of opponents still. He still have a lot of opponents. And the bloodline storyline doesn't need to involve the world championship. It can go on be after the championship. I'm just saying. But that's my personal opinion. I think the decision was. I think the decision right now it's smart, but we'll see long term effects. Because if the idea is WrestleMania again, then that's an L. But if it's to SummerSlam and then they give Cody that big win, then that's one thing. If it's not, then we have a different issue. So that's my personal opinion. Y'all let me know down in the comment section what y'all thinking. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see what happens.